How to deal with your haters. Well, I could think of a couple of ways, starting with as emotionally satisfying as that was, I think we can do a little better. Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake helping you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Roberto Blake. I am a creative entrepreneur, public speaker, and today I want to talk to you about how to deal with your haters. This one is going to be just a little bit intense and just a little bit ranty, so you're gonna want to strap in. Whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, or just making your way in the world, the odds are that you have to deal with haters. You have to deal with people who offer you their unsolicited opinion of why you suck. And while it's simple to just, write these people off and tell them to just take an L, because they are in fact losers, there are a couple of things that you maybe could do that are a little bit more constructive or productive, or will give you just a better frame of mind when you encounter and have to deal with haters, especially the kind of losers that hide behind the anonymity of the internet. So let's jump into that. First of all, let's differentiate haters from critics. Critics, if they are doing it correctly, if they're offering genuine constructive criticism, then that constructive criticism has to be qualified by the following. It has to be something that is done in good faith, aka being well-intentioned, so it can't be an attack. It also has to be accurate, actionable advice. So accurate, they have to understand what it is you're trying to accomplish, and they have to get that right. If they don't know what you're trying to accomplish, then any criticism they give, any ideas they have are not helpful because they don't understand what the goal or what the intent was. So if they can't get that right, their criticism is all but worthless. Then it has to be something actionable. It can't just be, you suck. It has to be, hey, the audio wasn't good, maybe do this. Or, hey, the lighting wasn't good, maybe do this. Or, you know what, I had trouble understanding or following along. You can't, like in graphic design, say, hey, we'll make it pop. You have to say things like, you know what, there isn't enough contrast there. These things are blending together. It's making it hard to read. That's actually useful. That's actually helpful. Now, you can't say, hey, that font sucks. You have to say, hey, that font is difficult to read, or maybe those letters need to be spaced out a little bit more, or something about this color is making me feel very uncomfortable. Is there any way to try and shift that to something lighter and see if that works? See, this is actionable advice that is actually helpful and useful. It gives you something to do. Just saying you suck, do better isn't helpful at all. So you can be a critic, doesn't mean that you're good at it, and doesn't mean anybody asked for your opinion. So now we understand what a critic is. Let's break down what a hater is. A hater is someone who's literally just coming at you sideways. They're either purposefully taking you out of context, they're directing a personal attack at you or your work that isn't founded, isn't reasonable, and a lot of times they try to frame this as constructive criticism, but I explained to you how most of them will fail to meet the mandate of real constructive criticism. I'll probably do a short video where I literally just tell everybody what constructive criticism is and cite examples. So like I said, haters and trolls will often pretend that they're offering constructive criticism so that if you counter them, then you're just being soft or you don't have a thick enough skin, or they'll say you can't take criticism. But the thing is, unsolicited criticism, unsolicited opinions are usually not what somebody is looking for. So it kind of speaks to you as a person if you're doing that, acting in bad faith. Whenever I want to give constructive criticism, I often ask permission to do so first, because somebody may not be open to receiving it. It's not my right to just thrust that upon them. That's not something they asked for. That's not an experience or interaction that they were looking for. Me just putting that on them isn't actually me acting in good faith. That's just me giving my opinion to someone who didn't even want it because I can. That's not really cool. But Roberto, if people put stuff out on the internet or outline, or they perform it in public, they should be open to any criticism that comes their way. It's like, no, I don't really agree with that. People do things for their own reasons, and you know what? It's not for us to say what they should or shouldn't be open to just because we feel that that may or not be what we agree with. So I don't necessarily agree with that stance, but hey, we can agree to disagree on that one. When you encounter a hater in social media, you have a couple of options. You can ban, block, delete, ignore, or you can engage them. I'm a fan of ban, block, and delete, and I use that power vigorously. There are people who disagree with that. They will make an argument that it's censorship. It's like, I'm not the government. I didn't say that you have the right to just be in my forum, in my stage, in my house, and say whatever you want. I have the ability to decide what experience I want my community to have. I have the ability to decide what experience I want to have, and I don't have to give you access to me, nor do I have to give you access to my platform, nor do I have to give you access to my audience. Especially if I think that you're a bad actor. If I don't think that you're acting in good faith, I have no obligation to allow you to do that. And I have the tools to limit or prohibit that as I see fit. That's my choice. And the thing is, people can, say what they want about that choice, but it's mine to make. They can run their platform their way. I can run my platform my way. Imagine somebody comes to your house or your party and they start harassing one of your friends or a family member, or they start harassing you as the host. You're not going to accept that. You're going to put them out at bare minimum, assuming that you don't take it further than that. So I think that it's a poor argument to be made. And I think that, you can make an argument that, well, it doesn't allow the conversation to go forward, but if it was an unproductive conversation, it's a waste of your time anyway. If it's just somebody coming at you sideways, you're at no obligation to allow someone a platform or access to hate on you, to rob you of time, to rob you of energy, or to derail the conversation and the priority of the people who actually have your back and actually are supporting you. Which comes to ignoring people. A lot of people will say, well, just ignore your haters and focus on, your supporters, focus on the people who love you. And it's a really good advice. It's just not always something that is emotionally satisfying or will fit with your mindset. Some people, especially people who've experienced bullying, they feel the need to punch back sometimes. I'm one of those people from time to time. I'm learning to do that less and less because it's fleeting how emotionally satisfying that is. Sometimes I do it because I want to demonstrate that I can stand up for myself, and I want to encourage other people that if they feel the need to give vent to their feelings, that they can stand up for themselves. So if that's something you feel compelled to do it, but do it in an intelligent way that doesn't reflect negatively on you. Another way to deal with haters is to give them the benefit of the doubt. If you engage them, you could make the assumption that they're not acting in good faith, and you could challenge them to clarify or give specifics as to what they're saying, or to back up their points. A primary example would be, for example, if somebody told me it's like, hey, your videos suck, you do the same thing over and over again, blah, 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 then I could counter that with, but there are literally 8,000 people that enjoyed this. There are 2,000 people who dropped the like, and there are 300 people who had favorable comments. Are you saying that those people don't matter and that they don't deserve content that was made with them in mind? See, if I play devil's advocate, if I frame it that way, I'm challenging them to back up their point. And I'm challenging them on the idea that just because they dislike something doesn't mean that other people dislike something. Everyone has their preference, and just because you don't like something doesn't mean that other people who enjoy something aren't entitled to enjoy it. I don't like strawberries because I gorged myself on them as a kid, to the point where one time after going to the strawberry patch, I ended up eating a whole bunch of them. I threw up. It was a bad experience, and it put me off strawberries for the majority of my life. Strawberries are a great source of nutrition. I used to enjoy them, and anybody who wants to enjoy strawberries should enjoy strawberries. They're not for me anymore, and that's just the way that it is. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with strawberries. I just don't enjoy them anymore. So if you like them, you're entitled to like them. I mean, it's an easy way to diffuse kind of an argument because it just comes down to each their own. The overall best strategy is to set up like comment filters in Instagram and YouTube and mute options in Twitter, and just not deal with things that set you off, make you negative, make you angry, make you frustrated, because it's not a productive use of your time. You could use that time to foster the relationships that actually mean something to you, to make more money, or to do the things that you enjoy. So don't, buy in on that negativity. You could literally just opt out of it. Do I always do that? Well, no, but that's part of growing, and that's part of growth. Most of the time it's caught by my filters. In fact, I'll do a tutorial. I'll do it for YouTube, and then I'll do one for Instagram on literally how to block spam and how to block haters and how to filter them so that those comments don't even show up in your comment section, because for a lot of you, again, it's just a distraction and you don't need it. There are people who go, whine, oh, that's censorship, oh, my free speech. And you know what? You don't have to voice every opinion in your head, and not everyone has to put up with it, and not everyone has to give you access to them, their energy, and to their brain and their mind. So many of you would be better off if you protected your mind and don't just let everybody have leeway to abuse you whenever they want. You can filter people. In real life, you walk away from people, you cut them out of your life, you delete their phone number, or maybe that's just exes. But anyway, you do those things and your life usually is better for it. So why not do that with technology? Why not do that with social media? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed these tips on how to deal with your haters. Question of the day: how do you deal with your haters? Do you deal with it the ways that I suggested? Do you have some other method for dealing with your haters? I would love to know in the comment section. By the way, make sure that you subscribe and you hit the notifications, because when I do these tutorials on how to block, ban, and delete your haters forever, and it also helps you with just getting rid of spam, because like spam is one of the worst things in Instagram and YouTube. You got all these follow for follow, sub for sub, like for like people. So even haters aside, you really just don't want to deal with spam. So subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want the tutorials on how to get rid of that and to keep those people from showing up, because it's annoying and it means that your real supporters who have questions or want to engage and have a conversation with you or each other, they're distracted and they're put off by all the spam in the comment section and sometimes by the negativity. So I really want to make sure that you guys get that tutorial. Anyway, guys, hope this video was helpful. Like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out all the other awesome stuff here on the channel. Drop me a comment, even if you don't have a question or you don't have advice on dealing with haters. Just drop me a comment and let me know how you're enjoying the video or just what you're up to in social media these days. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. It's a great way to just dab on your haters. Take care.